Hi friends and welcome back. So today is the third lecture of our module 1 of heat transfer. In previous video we had discussed about the three different modes of heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. Okay, now today we will discuss a governing law of conduction which is given by the Fourier. So I hope you will enjoy this lecture. If you have any doubts then please ask me, and please don't skip any minutes in this lecture. Watch till the end. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So now we will start. So the governing law for the heat conduction was given by the Fourier, and this law is based on the experiments. It is not derived, so we don't have to derive this law, just we have to remember the law. And we will discuss some important points related to this Fourier's law. First I will write the statement of the Fourier's law, then we will start. So this is the statement of Fourier's law, that it states that the rate of heat transfer is directly proportional to the temperature gradient and area perpendicular to the heat flow. Okay, now we will see this statement step by step. At first it is written that the rate of heat transfer, let's say denoted by Q dot, is directly proportional to the temperature gradient. Now what is the meaning of temperature gradient? It represents the change in temperature with respect to distance. ओके, सो हम इसको एक ग्राफ की मदद से समझेंगे. सो दिस इज द टेम्परेचर and this is x is the distance. Okay, now we have a block, its temperature is T1 and this side has temperature T2. So this is x is equals to 0 and x is equals to L. Okay, now I will show the physical block. Now let's consider this is the block which is kept like this. Okay, its thickness is L. Okay, and the area which is on this side is A, cross section area is A. Now we know that heat always flows from higher potential to lower potential. That means heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. Okay, heat कहाँ से कहाँ फ्लो होगी? जिसका टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होगा उस टेम्परेचर से जिसका टेम्परेचर कम होगा उस टेम्परेचर तक फ्लो होगी. नाउ dt बाई डी एक्स क्या शो करेगा? हम यहाँ पे dt बाई डी एक्स अप्लाई करेंगे तो हम कैसे लिखेंगे? dt बाई डी एक्स इज इक्वल्स टू T2 माइनस T1 अपॉन व्हाट इज dx? दैट इज L. x इज इक्वल्स टू L माइनस x इज इक्वल्स टू 0. ना हमको पता है कि T2 की वैल्यू T1 से कम है, सो ये टर्म पूरा नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. सो वी विल गेट ए नेगेटिव आंसर. सो दैट्स वाई वी राइट हियर नेगेटिव. मीन्स ये क्या बताता है कि हीट कहाँ फ्लो होगी? जिस डायरेक्शन में मेरा टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट नेगेटिव होगा. हीट विल फ्लो इन द डायरेक्शन वेयर आई गेट द टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट इन नेगेटिव. ओके, सो मेरे को जहाँ भी टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट नेगेटिव मिलेगा उस डायरेक्शन में हीट फ्लो होगी. नाउ इस स्टेटमेंट का मीनिंग, इस स्टेटमेंट हमको क्या बताता है? इस स्टेटमेंट का मीनिंग क्या है? दैट इज हीट ट्रांसफर इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट. सो जिस भी डायरेक्शन में मेरा टेम्परेचर की गिरावट ज़्यादा होगी, जिस भी डायरेक्शन में मेरी टेम्परेचर की गिरावट ज़्यादा होगी उस डायरेक्शन में हीट अपनी ज़्यादा रेट से फ्लो होगी. ओके, मीन्स फॉर एग्जांपल इफ़ आई हैव T1 इक्वल्स टू 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड T2 इज इक्वल्स टू 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस, मीन्स यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर की गिरावट बहुत ज़्यादा है. सो लेट्स से दिस इज़ द डायरेक्शन ऑफ हीट फ्लो. ओके, सो यहाँ पे जैसे टेम्परेचर की गिरावट ज़्यादा है, जो जिस भी डायरेक्शन में मेरा टेम्परेचर की गिरावट ज़्यादा होगी उस डायरेक्शन में मेरी हीट ज़्यादा रेट से फ्लो होगी. ये स्टेटमेंट ये कहता है. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी द सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट, दैट इज it is proportional to the temperature gradient and area perpendicular to heat flow. That is Q dot is perpendicular to area. So what this statement states that, okay, this is the perpendicular area. Okay, this is the block. Okay, so this is the area which is perpendicular to the heat flow. Now ये area जितना बड़ा होगा मैं easily उस एरिया पे बहुत से बहुत हीट ट्रांसफ़र कर सकूँगा. मीन्स ये स्टेटमेंट क्या कहता है कि एरिया मेरे को ज़्यादा मिलेगा उस पर मैं मेरा हीट ट्रांसफ़र ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कर सकूँगा। इफ़ मेरे को ये एरिया छोटा होगा, ये एरिया मेरा छोटा है, सो इस पे हीट ट्रांसफ़र कम होगी कंपैरेटिवली ये एरिया पे। ओके, सो Q dot is directly proportional to the area, but this area should be perpendicular to the heat flow. Okay, so now if we combine these two statements, then we will get this Q dot. Q dot is proportional to negative of A into dt by dx. Now if I remove this proportionality sign, then we get Q dot equals to minus K in A into dt by dx. This K is the thermal conductivity. Okay, so this is the law of Fourier's. This is the governing law for heat conduction which was experimentally obtained by the Fouriers. Okay, so ये फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट का मीनिंग क्या है, जिस भी डायरेक्शन में मेरी टेम्परेचर की गिरावट ज़्यादा होगी उस डायरेक्शन में मेरा रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रांसफ़र ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होगा, और जिसकी भी एरिया, जिस ब्लॉक की भी एरिया वो ज़्यादा होगा उस एरिया पे मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हीट सप्लाई कर सकूँगा. ओके, सो दिस स्टेटमेंट स्टेट्स दैट नाउ वी विल सी सर्टेन कंडीशंस टू अप्लाई दिस फोरियर लॉ. सो दिस आर द कंडीशंस विच शुड बी सेटिस्फाइड टू अप्लाई द फोरियर्स लॉ. ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होनी ही चाहिए तभी हम फोरियर्स लॉ अप्लाई कर सकेंगे. सो फर्स्ट इज K should be constant. The thermal conductivity K should remains constant along the distance. That means this the value of K for this block should remains constant along the thickness of this block. It should not change. Now the second condition is area should be constant. Area should remain constant along the thickness. That means, for example, if we have this type of block, that time this area is A, then after the cross section changes. So on this block we cannot apply this Fourier's law because area is not constant throughout. Now the third statement is heat transfer should takes place in the steady state condition. Now what is the meaning of steady state condition? So let's consider an example. So this is the conductor. Okay, this is the conductor, and Q dot in is the rate at which the heat is entering and Q dot out is the rate at which heat is leaving this conductor. Now if this Q dot in is equals to Q dot out, then we can say the heat is transferring at the steady state. Means the rate at which the heat is entering should be equals to the rate at which heat is leaving. जिस भी रेट से हीट कंडक्टर में जा रही है उस रेट से ही कंडक्टर से हीट बाहर निकलनी चाहिए. तो इफ़ ये होगा तो हम कह सकेंगे कि ये स्टेडी स्टेट कंडीशन में हीट कंडक्ट हो रही है. ओके, नाउ द फोर्थ इज देयर इज नो इंटरनल हीट जनरेशन. नाउ व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस स्टेटमेंट, देयर इज नो इंटरनल हीट जनरेशन. सो लेट अस कंसीडर एन एग्जांपल. If I have a furnace, okay, so this is the furnace and this is the walls of furnace. Here the heat is generating. Okay, this is the source of heat. These are the walls. Now if I want to apply the conduction, the law of Fourier's for heat conduction on this wall, okay, then I cannot apply. Why? Because there is an internal heat generating source. So this source is generating heat again and again. So according to the Fourier's condition, there should not be a heat generating source to apply this Fourier's law of heat conduction. So if it is not present, then definitely I will apply this law of Fourier's on this wall, then this will be true. मीन्स हमको ये इंटरनल हीट जनरेटिंग सोर्स नहीं होना चाहिए इफ़ हमको ये फोरियर्स लॉ अप्लाई करना है. ओके, सो दिस वाज द कंडीशंस which has to be satisfied to apply this Fourier's law. Okay, now we will solve a sum related to this Fourier's law. So the numerical is calculate the rate of heat transfer through the pane of window glass. Its thermal conductivity K equals to 0.78 watt per meter Kelvin, 1 meter height and 0.5 centimeter thick. and 0.5 meter wide. If the outer surface temperature is 24.5 degrees Celsius and inner surface temperature is 24 degree Celsius. Here K, thermal conductivity, is given, which is constant, and area is also constant. So we can apply this law, that is Fourier's law of heat conduction, because there is no internal heat generating source and the heat is transferring at steady state. Okay, so according to Fourier's law, our rate of heat transfer, that is Q, equals to minus K into A dt by dx. Now we will put the value. What is the value of K? It is minus 0.78 watt per meter Kelvin. Area. Now area will be this perpendicular area. So what is the area? That is 1 into 0.5 centimeter. So it will be 0.5. Now what is dt and dx? So change in temperature, this is 24.5 degrees Celsius and this is 24 degree Celsius. Okay, so T2 minus T1. So 24 minus 24.5 divided by, what is the thickness? Thickness is 0.5 centimeter. We have to convert into meter. So it will be 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, now if you will solve this, you will get 39 joule per second, or we can say watt. So our Q is 39 watt. Okay, our rate of heat transfer is 39 joule per second. So I hope you had enjoyed this lecture, and that's all. So that's all. I hope you had enjoyed this lecture. If you have any doubts, then please ask me in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel for more educational videos, like and share. Also follow me on the Instagram. I will give the link in the description. So from there you can get the updates of upcoming videos. Okay. So have a good day and bye.